afternoon, South Africa. Happy Friday. Welcome to Afternoon Express. I'm Bonnie Booley.
And I'm Jeannie D. Have you got any exciting plans for the weekend?
Well, I have invited a very special guest to the loft today to help us decorate a decadent Mother's Day cake.
Oh, amazing. And of course, you're going to be celebrating this weekend.
Absolutely.
I love Mother's Day.
Yeah,
it's such a great time of the year. Now, we've also got another very wonderful mother in the loft today. She is amazing. I met her very, very many years ago. She's an incredible artist who's just been nominated for a SAMA in the Best R&B category. And we're going to be chatting to her a little bit later about her life, her love, and everything else. Tima Reece is in the loft, and we're also going to be playing our Web Whiz quiz with her.
Wow, I love those quizzes. They're actually quite fun. I've gotten the hang of them. And also, if you don't have any ideas yet for what to get your mother on Mother's Day, we took a squiz down to Woolies and collected a bit of our personal favorites, rather, and we'll be sharing those gift ideas with you later.
Yummy. Now, our guest today, Tima Reece, started her career as a teenage star. Her first big single, Crazy About You, was a club hit. And after a great initial success, she withdrew from the limelight for almost a decade, a period in which she admittedly suffered from severe depression.
Now, in 2016, she's burst back onto the scene with a brand new album, which has been nominated for a SAMA Award, and she's looking hotter than ever.
Let me go. Don't be messing around with my feelings. If you feel like we're hitting the ceiling, say I don't want to know why he constantly trying to get hold of me. Should I give in? Should I keep letting him in? Should we begin? No, never again. I can keep letting him win if we do.
Wow, what a hot video. Welcome, Tima Reece. Welcome to our love.
Thank you, Jeannie. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You are looking fierce.
Thank you. I feel fierce.
Yeah. I mean, so much has happened in between when you first burst onto the scene at 16, and we'll get into that in a bit. But what did it feel like when you first came onto the scene? You were 16 years old, bright lights, and your career took off like wildfire.
It did. It was overwhelming. Even just having my very first single, Crazy About You, nominated for a SAMA as well. I think at 16 years old, you know, you basically think that the world's your oyster and you're going to be this huge celebrity and, you know, everyone's going to, you know, roll out red carpets, and you get told and sold the dream. But unfortunately, things don't always work out the way you think they will.
So what did happen, though? Because I know you went to New York.
Yes.
You got signed to an international label, was it?
Yes.
And then what happened that kind of crushed your dream, so to speak?
Technically speaking, what happened was the record label that I was signed to got liquidated, just right as I signed my deal. So, you know, they sold off all their assets. They had to close down the record label. And unfortunately, that meant releasing all of their artists. And that's basically what happened.
And then that was when you came back to South Africa
Yes.
with a crushed dream.
Yes.
And how did it feel to see your dreams turn into dust when you had nothing to do with it? Like, you weren't responsible.
Yeah,
you didn't
just be
throw
under
away
control.
your dreams on drugs and squander your talents.
Right.
What did it feel like? What kind of anger or frustration comes from that?
Basically, you know, the deepest, darkest pit that you can imagine. You know, as a young, up-and-coming artist, your dream is to have this huge international name. And, you know, you're on the brink of that. You literally feel like the doors are going to open wide and everything's going to happen. And then suddenly it's like, everything's gone.
Yeah.
And returning back to South Africa was probably the hardest thing I've had to do. Unfortunately, I had no mentorship. I had no one to help me get through the hurt and the
like
pain.
find another record label or something like that. Like find your options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, that was the cause of the depression. It was literally failed dreams and failed talent and failed album and just failed everything.
Failed everything. And I mean, you were so young then, and to even have the unfortunate situation of calling it failure is quite hectic, because you could have still gotten up and carried on and fought harder, but there was something else that came out of the woodworks to come and darken your space, and that was having to deal with what happened in your childhood. Please take us through that.
Well, in my childhood, I'm a child abuse survivor, and I was basically molested as a child, which is something that a lot of people feel is taboo and shouldn't be spoken about. But I think that, you know, if you can take the negative situations and the bad things that happen to you and turn them into positive and turn them into good things, with the help of family and friends and, in my life, God, I think, you know, you can always take a negative situation and actually deliver a testimony out of it. So I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of where I've come from. But it was very difficult, and I've managed to take it and literally run with it.
Were you supported through it? Did you go for some kind of counselling, and did you speak to somebody?
I didn't. I kept it secret for many, many years because it was a family member. So, you know, the shame and the guilt and, you know, not wanting to embarrass him and you know, the family, rather keeping it quiet and pretending like nothing happened. But slowly it starts to eat away at you, and slowly it starts to hurt you on the inside, and you start rotting on the inside, and you start feeling worthless and ugly. And I think eventually, when I eventually told my parents, you know, it was such a long time ago that we couldn't really do anything. And I think at that point, I'd already started dealing with it.
Had you confronted him, though?
I did, many, many years later. He asked me for forgiveness, and I did forgive him. But that it didn't take the pain away. You know, you still get reminded every time you see him, you remember what had happened. And that painful process is still something that I have to deal with every single day.
That you have to deal with, yes. And even though he apologized or asked for forgiveness, it doesn't shorten the amount of work you have to put in towards healing.
That's right,
Now, I always feel like if something happens to you in your past, and if you don't get over things that happen in your relationships, it affects your future relationships. You've now got a wonderful marriage to Kurt from 101. We love him. And I mean, how did you meet him, and how did that relationship start? Because now you've got a beautiful marriage, 2 beautiful children.
Yes. Well, what happened was, during the whole depression and you know, not believing in myself as an artist, I used to go to the studio and just record covers and, you know, basically just keep my vocals going and make sure that I don't lose the agility to sing. And he happened to be at the studio at on the same day. It was actually my mom's birthday. And I kind of ditched my mom to go and meet Kurt, you know, this huge famous pop star. And I secretly had a crush on him. So I rushed up to the studio, which is where I met him, and for some reason, from the moment we met, we just clicked. And we've been together every day since the day we met.
Wow.
It just chemistry, and it just happened, and it was just incredible.
Whoa. And you guys are happily married now for how many years?
10 years in June.
10 years in June.
14 years together. Thank you.
So then you spent about 7 years in obscurity, working on other people's covers and working as a voice coach on Idols. What drove you out of that obscurity to say, you know what, I'm going to try again and I'm going to reach for the stream again?
You know, a lot of people seem to think that it's a comeback, as in I literally stopped singing. I didn't. I literally just walked away from the Tima Reece brand. But I continued to sing. I did backing vocals, I did sessions, like you said, coaching. And what happened was, about 2 years ago, I had a look at my sons. They were busy playing on the floor, and something ignited in me. There was a moment, an aha moment, if you want to call it that, where I realized one day they're going to be old enough to realize that Mom gave up on her dream, and they're going to ask me about it. And what excuse am I going to have to tell them? What am I going to say? And that very moment, I spoke to Kurt about it, and he was like, "Wow, thank God, I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for you to come to me and say, let's do this thing," you know? Because in the back of his mind, he always believed that I would. And I had an epiphany, and I said to him, we need to do this. Whether it fails or whether it succeeds or whether nothing happens or whether everything happens, I have to do this for my kids. To show them that you don't give up. You know, you don't just throw your talent away. So that one day when they're older, you know, I wouldn't be the excuse for them to say, "Oh, well, Mom threw the towel in."
Absolutely. And now being back the second time around, thrust into the limelight once again, you've just been nominated for Sama again. How different, who are you now?
Wow, I am, firstly, I'm a mom, so my priorities have changed.
Yeah.
Being younger, you know, all you think about is stardom and fame and money and all the glitz and glamour, whereas when you're older and you're mature and having children, I think your priorities change in the sense that you want to make things happen for them. You want to do life for them. You want to leave a legacy for them. And who I am now is a mother to 2 beautiful children, a wife to an incredible husband, singer, songwriter, artist, vocal coach, voice producer, voice director. We're planning on opening up a guest house, so I'd like to do that as well. And then, of course, just continuing my brand and you know, letting Tima Reece be who Tima Reece is, which is a recording artist.
Brilliant.
Congratulations.
Well, best of luck with the Psalmers, and we're looking forward to hearing you perform a little bit later.
Thank you.
Remember, Tima will be performing later on in the show. But after the break, we test her tech knowledge with our weekly Web Whiz quiz. We'll be right back.
Get a taste of the smooth life, and you could win big when you buy Tropica. Follow the entry details on your Tropica bottle and stand a chance to win daily airtime prizes, a weekly giveaway of an experience with a Tropica Island of Treasure contestant, Sunglass Hut vouchers, Daniel Klein watches, or LG home appliances. You could also win the grand prize of a brand new Kia Sportage. T's and C's apply on tropica.co.za. There's nothing smoother than winning with Tropica. Don't forget to watch Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles every Monday at 7:30 on SABC3.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it's no secret that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So why not make it a celebration? We heard about a breakfast party being held in honor of the special meal and had to find out what the hype was all about.
Between getting ready for work and school and all the other hurried activities in the morning, breakfast can often become a meal on the go. Well, New Today are bringing back the breakfast joy and reminding us all that, in fact, it should be an occasion. Now, we all know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but very often it doesn't get the attention it deserves. You know you're special when you're standing next to @Nomzamo_M. How are you, beautiful?
I'm good, baby. How are you?
I'm doing so well, thank you. You're looking absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Can I quickly ask you a question about breakfast? Because are you the sit down and eat kind of girl, the on the go kind of girl?
Definitely the on-the-go kind of girl, but I've now learned how to make it special. So once I get up from bed, I take a shower, and I get into the kitchen, and I think, okay, what am I going to have for breakfast? I cut up my fruits, I throw them in a Tupperware, I put my yogurt, I put my granola, I put my honey, and I'll grab a cup of coffee, and I am out.
Why is breakfast so important to you?
Because it just sets the tone to your day. I know that when I don't have breakfast, I end up eating all the wrong things. Especially because, you know, it's 10:30, you haven't had breakfast, and your sugar levels are literally just low, and you just want that one thing to just boost it up, and then you end up going to the vending machine, which is no good. So breakfast for me always sets the tone for my day.
Marlene, you've got a very fancy title involved with the science behind these delicious yogurts that we're here to explore today. So tell us about the science behind what we should learn.
Yogurt is milk with live cultures. We add cultures to the yogurt. This transforms milk into a very digestible format. So people who can't tolerate milk can actually now eat yogurt. Of course, now you have the benefits that comes with yogurt: protein, calcium, and yogurt has a low pH, which means a low glycemic index. All fancy words just to say it lasts longer. One last point on yogurt. People who choose yogurt also seem to choose a better diet. And this is from the recent research. So if you're choosing better diets, of course, better health outcomes in the end.
Jabu, what a really cool day we've had so far. Why are you guys putting all this emphasis on breakfast and making it a party?
Yes, so our campaign is called the Breakfast Party, which is highly disruptive. It's a very exciting campaign. We've partnered with some bloggers who are creating great recipes around breakfast for everyone to actually see. If you go into our social media pages, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can find all the links try the recipes at home, share them with your friends and family, and then come tell us what you think, you know? It's really, really exciting.
Not everyone gets to have a breakfast party. What's your experience been like today?
Oh, it's been an amazing experience so far. Love the vibe, there's lots of energy. I love the snacks they've done for the breakfast party as well, like yogurt in a cone. That's really cool.
My favorite memory for breakfast as a young girl is actually Mother's Day. So I remember going into my mum's room and making her a really nice stack of pancakes with yogurt. And I think what's really important about this campaign is that it just reminds me that breakfast shouldn't just be for that specific occasion, for Mother's Day or Father's Day or for a party, but it should be celebrated every day. So I'm really excited to do that.
So mornings don't need to be depressing and dreary. Have some fun, add some colour and play around with their different recipes in the kitchen. Your day could be as smooth as their delicious yogurts.
Ah, delicious. And that is why breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So it's Friday afternoon and we've got the gorgeous Tima Reece in the loft and we are ready to play the Web Whiz Quiz. So are you guys ready? Do you have enough internet knowledge, do you think, to be able to wax this?
I'll try.
Yeah, I've got enough guessing knowledge too.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, yeah, when in doubt, choose C. Let's have a quick look at the rules of the game. Now, there are a number of internet-based questions with multiple choice answers. Now, the first person to get the answer needs to hit the buzzer and share their answer. Now, after you give your answer, our resident OpenServe technician and internet expert will provide us with the correct answer. Let's quickly meet her.
Good afternoon. I'm Pretty Kumalo. I'm your resident OpenServe technician. We all use the internet every day, but how much do we really know about it? Let's find out, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Katie. And now let's have a look and see how much you guys know. Let's start with question number 1. How are the most South Africans connecting to the internet? And your options are A, computer, B, smartphone, C, mobile phone, or D, tablet? Tima Reece?
Mobile phone.
And the answer is C, mobile phone. Let's hear from our OpenServe technician. I told you when in doubt, choose C.
Most South Africans connect to the internet through their mobile phones. Little is it known, though, that mobile operators make use of fixed infrastructure that connects their networks to other networks and South African network to the world. OpenServe provides much of this fixed infrastructure that makes it all possible.
And that is why we can't live without our phones. All right, question number 2. What is this?
Can you see?
Is it A, a drill, B, a rope, C, an optometrist's tool, or D, a fiber optic?
A fiber optic.
Bonnie, it's a fiber optic. Let's hear from our expert.
That is an example of what an optic fiber cable looks like. They come in various sizes depending on its intended uses and application within the network.
I actually really thought that it was an electric toothbrush bristle.
Of course you did.
Okay, let's see question number 3. Which one of these does not belong in this group? Is it A, infrastructure provider, B, auto electrician, C, internet service provider, or D, Wi-Fi router? Bonnie?
An auto electrician.
And the answer is B, auto electrician. Let's hear from our OpenServe technician.
This one's easy. The odd one out is the auto electrician. He works in your car. The other 3 are critical if you need broadband connectivity to your home or business. The OpenServe technicians you see in your neighborhood are part of the team that is South Africa's leading infrastructure provider.
Tima, Bonnie is very quick on the draw. She's very competitive.
She's been quick on that draw.
Okay, let's hope and see if you can get question number 4. What is this? Is it A, fiber connectivity around Africa, B, the spice route, C, Justin Bieber's tour schedule, or D, cruise ship routes?
I'm keeping my hand there because you cheat. I say A.
And you say A, and it is in fact A, fiber connectivity around Africa. Let's hear from our OpenServe technician.
Okay. The answer is clearly A. This map shows the fiber optic connectivity around Africa. We use these fiber optic rings around our continent to connect you to our continent and the world.
I'm pretty sure it was Justin Bieber's.
Well, at
like,
least we know the
selection.
answers.
Absolutely.
So now it's about who gets to the button first.
No, exactly.
Right.
All right, let's see. Question number 5. Which statement is false? A. Over 40% of the world's population uses the internet on a daily basis. B. China has the highest percentage of internet users. C. Wi-Fi and mobile connected devices generate the least of all internet traffic. D. Facebook now has 1.55 billion active users. And the answer is Tima Reece.
When in doubt, go with C.
And the answer is C. Wi-Fi and mobile connected devices generate the least internet traffic.
You didn't even know the answer and you still pressed the button.
That's what I said. When in doubt, choose C.
Exactly.
Let's see what our OpenServe technician has to say.
The false statement is clearly that Wi-Fi and mobile connected devices generate the least of all internet traffic. The majority of people are now accessing the internet through their mobile devices, making the access to mobile broadband and technology more and more important. Even though you may connect through your mobile phone using wireless technology, it is important to remember that there is a huge amount of fixed infrastructure behind the scenes making this possible.
Nice. Let's move on to question number 6. How old is the internet today? Is it A, 10,288 days, B, 115 years, C, 200 years, or D, 18,935 days?
I'm going to go with B.
B, 115 years, really?
D, darling.
And you would be incorrect. Because the answer is, in fact, A, 10,288 days. Let's hear from our OpenServe technician.
The internet is exactly 10,288 days old today. That is roughly 338 months or only 28 years old. Can you remember the days without the internet? Really?
I'm so impressed with how tech savvy you guys are, but unfortunately, Bonnie, Tima Reece is winning this today.
Well, we have to let the guests win. We have to let the guests win.
Yeah. Bonnie made you win. Bonnie made you win, for sure.
That was square, but hey.
No, well done. I hope that you learned a little bit more about the internet as well. But we'll be back next week, same time, same place, for another round of the Web Whiz Quiz. We'll be back in a jizz.
OpenServe, South Africa's largest telecoms infrastructure provider.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're in the kitchen and about those Mother's Day ideas that we said we'd share with you. Clem has got a bit to say about that.
So I visited Woolies recently and I picked out a few of my favorite Mother's Day gifts, and of course it's going to be food related. So what I've done is I've put together a few of the treats and we're going to use them to decorate a cake with my very special guest chef today. Yes. So let me just talk you through a few of these gifts that I've selected. We saw this earlier this week. These amazing nougat wedges made with macadamia and cranberry. These, I struggle to get them. They are flying off shelf and they are so delicious. Are you a fan of nougat?
Absolutely.
This one is like nougat times 10. It is so intense, especially the ingredients they're using, the macadamia and the cranberry, are whole and chunky. It is so delicious. And by the way, if you don't like nuts and fruit in your nougat, they have a fruit and nutless one, so you can have just plain nougat, which is pretty awesome.
Lovely, I love nougat.
Obviously, now I want to know from you. Actually, no, let's not talk about it now. I'll ask the question later about your ideal Mother's Day. But let's talk about treats. Like, when it comes to Mother's Day, what are your key treats?
I don't have much of a sweet tooth, so I think it's more about the fact that I'm being pampered. So whatever my family makes for me that I don't have to be involved in, because every other day of the year I'm making food for everybody else. So it's the thought that counts, that somebody made it for me. But I could do with some nougat.
Nougat, great. So that's on your list there right now.
Yeah.
So what they've also done is Woolies have got these amazing they call them hip hot chocolate in a jar. So I like the fact that they say each jar is for 2 people. So you literally pour it into a pot. You take the marshmallows off first, of course, pour it into a pot and just add the ingredients and makes the most intense, delicious hot chocolate. But I say it's funny because it says for 2, but I think it's a perfect portion for 1. Wow. With those giant oversized mugs, it's getting so cold like now during the night.
I love hot chocolate.
This one is insane. So I've got that for you. And then I've got these cute little, I got these cute little sit cookies for you. It's traditionally made with butter in the traditional old-fashioned recipe. And I mean, I think that's just so
And
perfect for
lots
Mother's
and lots
Day.
of butter.
Lots of butter. It has to be. Butter's all about the love.
I won't complain about that. I can work with that.
So then also I thought, like, with these amazing, like, I got all these gift bags from Woolies as well. So I thought a cute way to, like, personalize it was to get these cute little Because I Love You chocolate slabs and kind of attach it to the bag. So as you're opening the little gift bag, you got a snack to get you through it.
Get you through the opening.
Exactly, so that's my idea for that.
These are really cool bags.
I think they're really cool.
Aww.
And I think besides the gifts that you put inside, the gift bags are like, that's a gift on its own.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely a must-have. And then I got you some chocolates. I know that you see that I have a sweet tooth, but we're going to use these decadent chocolates in an amazing way.
Okay.
I went to Woolies and I got this caramel cream cake, and I'm going to use that. I mean, the cake is delicious. That cake...
It is a good cake.
It's a thing that dreams are made of, but we're going to take it to another level. You said personal touch. That's what you love about Mother's Day. So we're going to use all these ingredients to decorate that cake. But first, I've got to get started on the first part of this cake. So I've taken a Woolies piping bag, and I've just split it down the long side.
Okay.
Snip, 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 and I've opened it up. What I want to do is I want to make some chocolate bark. Now, normally, you get a million different types of chocolate decorations. I want to make something quite different that we don't always see. So I've melted these guys. How amazing that Woolies now have chocolate drops in stores. So it's easier to like buy white chocolate, chop it up. It's already done for you. So I've just melted it over a double boiler.
I've seen you make chocolate bark before, so I'm interested to see what you do with like you've done it with brown chocolate before.
Yeah, because you see it in restaurants and you're like, oh my word, it's so intimidating, but it's so easy to make.
Yeah.
You can use baking paper. However, I've got piping bags because I'm going to be using it later, so I've just taken one and split that open. But if you're at home, if you've got baking paper, perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer this melted chocolate down on the bag and just kind of smooth it out. Just like that. And don't worry if there's a couple of lumps or bumps in it, that's perfectly fine. You don't need this one to be perfectly smooth.
Okay.
Also, a very safe way to melt white chocolate is in the microwave, a 20-second bursts. So
20 seconds, okay.
20 seconds, and you stop and you stir.
And you stir.
And you just keep on doing it until it's perfectly melted. Just back on heat. So here we go. Now you're gonna roll it up like a little sausage.
Oh.
Just like that.
Right.
And you're gonna pop it in the fridge. And you're probably like, oh my word, what's happening right now? Why would you fold it on itself? And the idea is that it's gonna sit like this, and when you open it up, you're gonna get perfect shards of white chocolate.
Of white chocolate.
And that's going to be our personal touch to our cake that we're going to decorate in a little bit.
Yay, that's exciting. Wow. And speaking of great Mother's Day ideas, the Master Chocolatiers Lindt recently opened the doors to their new chocolate boutique and studio concept store at the V&A Waterfront Silo District. And our very own Clem was treated to an exclusive one-on-one class with South Africa's head Master Chocolatier, the perfect inspiration for Mother's Day. Take a look.
I'm standing in front of the new iconic silo building in Cape Town, a structure that has recently changed the city skyline. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here for another new addition, a sweeter new addition, one that feeds my passion. I'm in heaven.
Hi, Clem.
Hi, Tima, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Very good, thank you.
What a nice selection you've made.
Yeah, but I'm not done. I'm going to need a few more of these.
The more the better.
Exactly.
Do you want to see where all the magic happens?
Oh, wow, yes, let's go.
First things first, you got to get your hat on.
Oh, thank you. To cover my mane.
Special angle it's got to be.
Oh, I see. It's kind of like a hat swag. There we go.
There you go.
So Nadina, I must say, you have got my dream job. You're a master chocolatier and Lindt South Africa head chocolatier. How do you get that title?
Well, it takes time, dedication, loyalty, and focus. Making sure that you can get the right flavor combinations.
And an obvious love for chocolate.
Of course.
But honestly now, what is it about chocolate that you just love so much?
Look, I think it appeals to everyone, from young to old. So no one's ever upset at eating a piece of chocolate, right? And especially with Lindt.
That's very true.
Can I show you the Lindt chocolate slab?
Sure thing.
We've got a chocolate mold. What you're going to do is get 2 or 3 of these ladles into the mold. 2 and 3. 3 should do it. All right. You're going to take this chocolatier scraper. You're going to push from the top to the bottom. So once you've got that, you're going to come along here and you're going to pick your toppings. I'm going to take a little bit of apricot, some almonds. Apricot and almond always work really well, so it's a good combination with milk chocolate from Lindt. want a bit of cranberries, a little bit of color. It's really up to you which toppings you enjoy.
I like a combination of the nuts and something sweet, so I think I'm gonna go with that route. So I'm gonna go pistachio, almonds, hazelnut, and the cranberry. How does that
fantastic,
sound?
sounds good.
Great.
Very creative.
Cool, so let me give this a try. I'm a lefty, so
yeah,
I'm
me
try
too.
it. Okay. Yeah. So you gotta always stir.
Give it a stir. Keep the mold over and keep it level. That's it. That's it. And push it around, get it into the corners. That's it.
Cool.
Okay, now you're just from the top down in one clean movement. There you go.
Perfect.
You can just scrape it down on the sides.
The fun bit, let's start adding all the flavors. So definitely some pistachio. And then the almonds. And then
just a bit of cranberry.
I love the color and the way that it pops with the nuts, especially against the milk chocolate. And then
roasted hazelnut. All right, so give it a little bit of a tap. And then 15-20 minutes into the fridge, and then we'll have a lint tablet ready to unmold.
That easy?
That easy.
That's great. Let's move on to the next one.
All right, come on.
Oh wow, okay, so I'm seeing chocolate lollies and some more ingredients. I'm excited, what are we doing?
So this is another of our Lindt chocolate studio experiences. We've taken our Lindor truffles, put it on a lolly stick. We're gonna dip it into our melted milk chocolate, and we're gonna allow the excess to run off. And then as simple as that, put it into your favorite topping. Right, so I enjoy pistachio, we'll just drop it into the pistachio, keep it in there for a couple of seconds, and then put it aside.
Perfect. So the Lindt Chocolate Studio seems to cover the whole chocolate experience. What can your visitors look forward to?
We've got a variety of classes. You can come in and do your own chocolate truffles. You can make your own Lindt chocolate cake.
Wow.
We've got chocolate macaroon making. You can even come for a simple chocolate tasting. So it's a great way from young to old to come and get involved, and also to be given as a gift for someone special.
That sounds amazing. And with Mother's Day around the corner, I think it's gonna make the perfect gift. Let's get started. Okay, great. So I know my mom loves coconuts. I think I'm definitely gonna go for one of those.
All right.
I agree with you. It definitely makes the perfect gift. I mean, what more can you do to personalize the gift? And like chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate.
Exactly.
And that bit of personal touch just makes it that much more special. Let's go.
So now you can put it in the topping.
Coconut, leave it for a few seconds. Cool.
There you go.
Okay, so Tima, honestly, do you think I have what it takes to be a master chocolatier?
Well, I think my job is safe.
Okay, well, I'm proud of this. And I think my mom's gonna be proud of this. Jokes? Thank you so much, Tima. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Cool, I'm glad.
Whoever said money can't buy happiness clearly hasn't had the experience I've had, and I'm keeping the hat.
But sheer utter decadence. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I almost didn't leave there. I spent the whole day there. They had to forcibly remove me out the store.
I mean, that chocolate conch, is it just boiling chocolate all day? It's
at a certain temperature. I think it's like at 40 degrees, and it just keeps on going all day long.
I
and
could just
so
get stuck with that pot and the spoon.
Exactly. So tempted to just put my whole body in the thing.
I know.
It's amazing.
Tima, what are you looking forward to this Mother's Day?
Spending time with my mom, as always, and then my two beautiful sons. And I think we're going to one of my best friend's son's dedication. So we're looking forward to that as well.
Okay, that's fun.
Nice. What are you doing for your mom this Mother's Day?
Cooking for her. I'm baking for her. She's chilling all day. She's relaxing, and I'm doing all the running around.
Lovely.
That is
That's
so
very sweet.
lovely. Yeah.
After the break, we have a very special guest joining Clem and Bunny in the kitchen to decorate a Mother's Day cake.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Just before the break, we shared some of our personal favorite Mom's Day ideas for gifts, and we're going to put them to good use. And then we'd like to introduce a very special guest who's joining us in the loft to help us make the cake today. And whose son are you?
Bunny.
This is Micaiah. He's my 7-year-old son, and he's going to help us decorate today. Have you met, Clem?
We've met. We've had an extensive chat about you and Mother's Day. So he's got an awesome game plan in decorating this cake.
Awesome, awesome. Are you excited?
Yes.
Give me 5.
Yeah.
Yay. Should we get started?
Sure. So I'm going to talk about the icing that we're going to be making today. So the idea of this cake is it's amazing and how quick you can put an amazing personalized touch cake together just buying ingredients off Woolies shelves. So I've got this caramel cream cake. I'm gonna show you this amazing icing technique. And like, it's honestly, icing takes so long to make. However, Woolies have got this amazing vanilla bean icing kit that gives you the most butteriest, vanilliest icing. Vanilliest? Ever. So I've got some butter in our machine that we've just kind of softened and just whisked through. I'm gonna add all of this icing mixture. And my favorite part about this mixture is the fact that you can actually see the vanilla beans in there.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is slightly start mixing it slowly. You don't wanna get it all over the place. As soon as it starts coming together, add a touch of milk. And you're gonna keep on going, turning up the speed a little bit. And you're gonna get the most smoothest, delicious vanilla icing ever. You can see there, it's already looking amazing.
It does look amazing. You can
Look at
see
that.
those little
Look at that, and you
those
can see those vanilla beans.
spots. Yeah, nice.
So all I've done is I just popped them in 2 icing bags to 2 different nozzles. One's got a star and one's got a petal nozzle on this. You can kind of create like different effects.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give each of you a bag. You can both grab one.
Okay.
And you can start decorating this cake.
Here you go. You could do that one.
There we go. So while you are doing that,
do you know how to do it? So, should we start?
Go for it. Do exactly anything you want to do, Salam.
Okay, so you hold it here. Squeeze hard.
Let me see. Let me get it going for you. There we go. Makai's got it.
Let me help you,
There we
darling.
go.
Let me help you.
Okay, there we go. Just like that. So you kind of just go crazy and make it your own. You got to really squeeze this one.
Got to squeeze it really
You know what
hard.
it really happens? If your icing gets a little hard, just play with it a little bit.
So you hold here, and then you squeeze there like that.
Okay.
But nothing's coming out of this one. It's
There you
coming
go.
out at the back.
There you go. Ooh.
Do you want to try this one? This one is tried and tested.
You're going to give it a nice bit of squeeze, because remember we added butter in there, and the butter goes hard while it sits. So I'm going to let you do that one. Squeeze real hard. And I'm going to create some ribbons on the side, just like that. But it's kind of like adding those squiggles, making it your own.
Should we let Clem do the icing, and then you can do the other stuff?
How about that? That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I think so.
So I've got the sweet cookies there for you, and how does it taste?
Delicious.
Delicious, great. So I've got the sweet cookies for you, and I've got these little chocolate slabs. So I'm going to put the icing down, and you can just start dotting them all over the place, and that's where the personal touch comes in.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep on adding icing. This is going to kind of be our glue. It's going to hold all our toppings together. Just like that.
Can you put some in the middle?
I'll definitely do that. What you can also do for me, you can start unwrapping some of those chocolate slabs.
Do you want to unwrap those chocolates, the little ones, sweetie?
I'm going to use those as well, so go for it. I'm going to start doing the outside for you. Just like that. And this is a great way to get the kids involved and get them icing cakes.
Jeez, you need to squeeze this bag really hard.
It's because of all that butter that we've got in there. There we go. See, look, do you like that? Is that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's going to be our glue keeping everything together.
Okay.
So while you're busy with that, you can start dotting those little chocolate chips everywhere. I'm going to unwrap our... So let me grab a cloth here quickly. I'm going to unwrap our chocolate bark. Just like that.
Do you want me to open more chocolates for you?
Yes, please.
Perfect. And now we're just going
lost that one.
remove all these pieces of chocolate. Look at this big one. I'm just going to kind of place that on the cake.
Okay.
Look at this massive one.
Here's one. You can use that one.
Bon, would
So
you be
we're just
happy with
sticking
this for Mother's Day?
I'd be happy with that. It's a lot of chocolate. I'm sure the boys would enjoy it more.
So could you describe your ideal Mother's Day for us?
I think my ideal Mother's Day is waking up to a breakfast made by Micaiah and Haniel, my 2 boys, and then to be whisked off to an all-day spa treatment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Micaiah, you taking notes?
Are you taking notes?
All right, so we're just gonna keep on dotting all our extra ingredients, and this nougat is just heavenly. Look at this cake. I think it looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
And because it's like filled with all these goodies, I think one cake
Here
will
you go.
feed like an army.
Thank you.
Do you like it? What do you
It's
think of
really
the
yummy.
cake? Do you think it looks amazing?
Micaiah, would you want to put this heart like right down in the center of the cake?
Ah,
There we
there we
go.
go. And what's the keyword for this delicious cake again, Micaiah?
Mom.
Okay, the keyword for this delicious cake is mom, and SMS the keyword to 33650, and there you'll get all the details. And if you missed any of this amazing artwork by Micaiah and Clem, here's a quick recap.
Oh, that cake looked absolutely delicious. And of course, if you want all the details for that yummy, mummy Mother's Day cake, all you need to do is SMS the keyword mum to 33650 and you will get a reply with all of the information that you need. Now, it's that time of the week. It's time for another edition of Ask the Presenters, where you get to ask us anything on your mind. Let's take our first question, and apparently it's for Bunny.
What setbacks in her life gave her the motivation to get where she is today?
Whoa, that's a deep question, huh? I think all setbacks have the ability to present you with an opportunity to, like, actually just get a new lease on life, to reinvent yourself, and to just, I guess, make the most of it. I guess one recent setback that I can maybe recall is the ending of my marriage after a 7-year journey, and it shatters your world, because the idea that you had of how the role that you're going to play in your family's life and in your life was almost like pretty set, you know, and then suddenly it just changes, and then you literally have to start from scratch and reinvent yourself. But I've learned a lot, and I'm strong again, and I'm on my feet. Yeah.
All the more beautiful for it. All right, let's see the next question.
That would be to ask her, what's a spirit animal?
What is my spirit animal? Oh, baby, it's a tiger for sure. What's your spirit animal?
Coffee.
Coffee is your spirit animal? Yeah, I've seen you when you don't have your morning coffee. Jeez, she needs it. Next question is to you, Bonnie.
If I would have a chance to ask Bonnie, the presenter, a question, I would ask first thing you do when you wake up and what you do after you wake up and all that.
Wow.
Coffee.
Yeah. Usually the first thing I do when I wake up is I go wake the kids if it's a weekday and they have to get to school. Yeah. So I wake them up and then I get back into bed. And then I leave them to their own devices. Yeah. And if it's a weekend, the first thing I do when I get up is go make a cup of coffee and get back into bed again.
Yummy. First thing I do is literally roll out of bed, try and wake up, and then I take my shake and I go to a yoga or a fitness class.
And you don't reach for your phone first.
Oh, it hasn't left my side. No. The next question is to me.
Definitely ask her, out of all her experiences, which was the most humbling experience in the travels?
Oh, there's been so many incredible experiences. I think because I got to so many places that I think a lot of people in an entire lifetime wouldn't have the privilege to go and see. I remember everywhere I went just taking a moment just for me to reflect on, this is where I am, this is what happened in this place. Like especially Easter Island, where those Moai statues were, and the Amazon in Alaska. I would always take a little moment to myself and just feel so grateful that I have the opportunity to travel the world.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Hope that answers your questions. After the break, Tima Reece will be performing live, so stay right where you are.
Say yes to the Smart Snack.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and now what a perfect way to kick off your weekend than by listening to a brand new track from Tima Reece. Now, you're going to be playing us a song from your album 9 called Gone. What is it about?
The song is basically about toxic relationships and making the decision to actually cut those people out of your life because it's ultimately better for you.
And your album's titled 9 because it's been 9 years away from the scene. Now, how has your sound changed and evolved over these past years?
I think I stuck true to the original Tima Reece RnB sound, but then, of course, being relevant to 2017 and adding in a couple of newbies and, you know, what's latest on the radio.
Well, I can't wait to hear. Here she is, Gone by Tima Reece.
You got me going crazy daily. I don't really know what I feel. Hazy, lazy. I can't even tell what's real. Don't wanna be another laugh. Don't wanna be an autograph in your biography. Don't wanna hear another lie. So this time, all I really know is I think I wanna lose you. mind is gone, gone, gone. 'Cause every time I'm not with you, I find myself losing my mind. When love is blind, we do foolish things like stay when we should say goodbye. Baby, I know it's time to go. I'm not gonna put up with you hurting me no more. I think I wanna lose you. I think I wanna lose you. My mind is gone, gone, gone. 'Cause every time that I'm with you, my mind is gone, gone, gone. 'Cause every time that I'm with you, my mind is.
Yeah, come on over, Tima Reece. That was absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.
And you've got such good hair.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Hair game, strong girl.
Thank you.
Yeah,
was
so
lovely.
are you looking forward to tasting the cake, guys?
Yeah.
That'll be amazing.
Gee whiz, there's chunks of nougat on that thing.
I know, I know.
That is very
It's
decadent.
only going to be decent if we eat this off air.
I think so too.
I agree.
I don't know how to eat that lady. Thank you so much for coming through to the
you,
show.
Jamie. Thank you
and
so
I hope you
much.
have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Oh, well,
and of
thank
course, I
you.
hope all of you other wonderful moms, including you, Bonnie,
Yay.
have the most amazing Mother's Day this weekend. Mwah.
Another feel-good production.